They said big dogs were dangerous by nature, especially when held by little black girls walking through white picket neighborhoods. That afternoon, in the quiet shade of Sycamore Ridge, a silver-gray shepherd named Diesel lay bleeding on manicured grass while a 12-year-old girl named Amira knelt beside him, her hands trembling, soaked in his blood, whispering his name like it could still bring him back. The bullet had been fast, cold, unprovoked. Just two officers from Ridgewood PD stepping out of their cruiser like they were on safari, not patrol, aiming and pulling the trigger before even asking her name. They didn't know who she was. More importantly, they didn't know who her father was. And that was the last mistake they were going to make for a very long time. See, while Ridgewood liked to pretend it was a picture-perfect suburban dream, everybody who'd lived there longer than a season knew it ran on silence. Black families could live there, just not loudly. You keep your lawn trimmed, keep your kids polite, keep your head down, and maybe you'd get through without incidents. That was the word they used, like it was weather. But this time, silence wasn't on the menu. Amira's father, Marcus Raines, wasn't home when it happened. He was overseas again, this time embedded in a joint operation out near the Turkish border, coordinating logistics for something the Pentagon wouldn't even admit was happening. On paper, Marcus was retired Army. Off the record, he was Delta Force, Shadow Ops, the guy they called when nobody else wanted their name on the file. And after he saw the 27-second security clip, the one where Officer Grant shoots Diesel point blank, while Amira screams, something in him just cracked. He didn't yell, didn't cry, didn't even ask for names. He just said one sentence to his CO, "I need emergency leave, family incident, stateside," and that was that. The first thing Marcus did when he touched down wasn't go to the precinct. It wasn't call a lawyer. It wasn't even hug his daughter. It was drive. Alone. In silence. Out to a quiet electronics shop in the city and ask to retrieve deleted footage from a traffic cam at an intersection just 2 blocks from where the incident happened. Because Marcus didn't need emotions, he needed evidence. Back at home, Amira wouldn't speak. Not to the school counselor, not to her aunt, not even to her mom. She just stared out the window like something in her had frozen, like the world that once felt stable, even boring, had tilted. And now, everything was wrong. Diesel wasn't just a dog. He was trained. Special Ops Canine Unit. A gift from Marcus after Amira's panic attacks started following her mom's stroke. Diesel didn't bark, didn't lunge. He was a therapist in fur. And now he was dead, executed by someone paid to protect. Marcus spent the next 48 hours pulling every string he still had in D.C. His old unit buddies, a tech analyst from Langley, a former prosecutor now turned whistleblower, and Jasmine. Jasmine Rivera, civil rights lawyer, war widow, and one of Marcus's oldest friends, someone who knew exactly what kind of ugliness gets swept under the rug in towns like Ridgewood. They found the hole in the footage, first a 5-minute gap right before the shooting. Footage that had clearly been cut, deleted by someone inside the system, someone with admin-level access. Then came the complaints. Turns out, Officers Grant and Sloan, the ones who shot Diesel, had history. Reports going back 3 years, complaints from Black and Latino families, pets harassed, teens stopped after school. Aggressive behavior logged with no real incident reports. All ignored, all buried. And the kicker, a private security firm called Gravemont Solutions, run by an ex-military contractor, was quietly funding Ridgewood PD's Community Engagement Division, which sounded nice until you realized it meant arming retired soldiers to patrol neighborhoods, film residents without warrants, and report directly to an unregistered oversight board. No transparency, no accountability, just power aimed one way. Jasmine was livid. Marcus was surgical. He wired Amira's school bag with a hidden GPS and audio mic. He placed microcams inside his mailbox, under the hallway lamp, even in a flower pot facing the street. He tracked patrol patterns, plate numbers, civilian harassment clusters. He wasn't building a case, he was building a trap. Then came the twist nobody saw coming. 3 nights after Jasmine filed an emergency injunction to suspend patrol operations, Amira disappeared. Her phone off. Last seen walking home with a friend. But security footage gone again. Deleted at the city's central server. Marcus didn't panic. He knew what this was a message. And he was done playing chess. Using heat maps, timing logs, and a favor from an ex-SEAL now working satellite ops. He located an abandoned water treatment facility 20 miles outside of Ridgewood. No signs, no cameras, no jurisdiction. Just long enough out of range to disappear someone for a while, maybe scare them into silence. Marcus geared up. Infrared goggles, tactical recorder, no badge, no warrant, just one goal, bring his daughter back. Inside the facility, Amira was alive, restrained, but untouched. It wasn't rage in Marcus's eyes when he took down the guards. It was precision. One pressure point, one artery, one takedown at a time. And when he found Colonel Barrett, the retired officer running Gravemont, Marcus didn't yell. He simply said, "You picked the wrong child." What followed was a coordinated federal raid, led by Jasmine's emergency case filing and supported by media evidence Marcus had leaked anonymously to a journalist who used to owe him her life. Over a dozen officers and civilian contractors were arrested. 3 private businesses were exposed as laundering fronts. And yes, Officer Grant lost his badge, his pension, and after leaked audio surfaced his wife. The video Marcus had split it into 5 copies, encrypted each, stored in separate locations just in case anyone tried to erase him, too. Amira testified, her voice didn't shake. And Diesel got a memorial stone at the park he used to walk her through, placed under the tree where she first taught him to sit. The final scene. A quiet morning. Marcus stirring oatmeal instead of checking weapons. Amira, arm around her new pup, a rescue named Luna. Golden fur and sleepy eyes. The porch bathed in orange light. And Marcus sitting beside her with a notebook full of dreams, planting trees, naming stars, building something soft after years of being sharp. But he wasn't naive. The message was clear. They hadn't wanted Diesel dead. They wanted Marcus provoked. They wanted him to snap to confirm every stereotype they whispered behind closed doors. But he didn't. He built a case. He burned the system from the inside. And now, well, Ridgewood's silent fences weren't so quiet anymore. You tell me, is that justice? Or just the beginning? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Was Marcus right to take matters into his own hands? What would you have done? Justice or revenge? Hit that subscribe button if you believe silence isn't safety, and I'll see you tomorrow with another story the system tried to bury.